So what I did was I went around all the brickwork and I put caulking compound in any gaps that I could see. And there were some. This house is actually 50 years old. Okay, so there were some certain gaps in between the bricks and just put caulking compound in there. The next thing that we did was we framed it out with just basic studs. Okay, so 4x2 studs all the way around. Okay, all the way around all four walls and even in the ceiling. Next, we put rock wool. Okay, now rock wool, it's built for sound insulation, but it basically works the same way that any other insulation would work if you were using it like for weather insulation, temperature insulation, I should say. So it does have those characteristics. It does work as insulation. In the summer, like it is right now, it doesn't get that hot, and in the winter, it doesn't get that cold. So it's great for that. But this particular stuff, rock wool, as opposed to just regular insulation, is more geared towards sound. Now, as you can see from these photos, it kind of looks like fiberglass, and you definitely, I can tell you from working with it, you don't want to get it on your hands. Make sure when you're dealing with this stuff, you're using gloves and your long sleeves, etc., etc. It's all kind of the same as far as that's concerned. You definitely don't want to get it in contact with your actual skin. Now, this rock wool is supposed to have an 80% noise reduction. I can't actually tell you whether I've found that to be true in my experience because, as I said, I've got something else that is leaking out sound around the door, being the door handle at the moment. In a perfect world, maybe it does. I mean, the company that we bought it off, they've done the tests, and that's what they say. That's fine. So that's what we did. We studded it out. You can see from all the photos that, we've got studs framework all the way around on all four walls. Then after we framed it out, you can see here we've got rock wool, bat after bat. We had 20 bags of this stuff. We ended up having to get a few more as well, so we definitely used it all. And with the ceiling, you can see it's the exact same thing. Once again, the basic framework's there. We had to use metal strips just to hold the rock wool in place. Then over the top of the rock wool, we used sound check, which is basically kind of like plasterboard or gypsum board or even soundboard, and that probably gives us another 5 to 10% reduction. But it's not. Don't think of it as like 80% plus another 5. Just say it's 5%. It's not 80% plus 5%. It's actually 5% of the remaining 20%. Okay, so just remember that. You don't add it up like 80 plus 5. Oh wow, I've only got 15% coming through. No, it's not like that. It's 80% plus 5% of what's left. Okay, so it ends up being 81% or something like that. So that's basically what I used. So you can see here we have the bricks, then we've got the studs, then we've got the rock wool, then we've got the soundboard, and last but not least, we've got the ply, which goes on over the top. Now, the plywood doesn't really have a whole lot of sound reduction value. It's just the aesthetic on the top. It's just the look. And it's just a basic satin finish over the top of all the walls and the ceiling as well. Now, as far as acoustically treating the room goes, you can see I've got all these different acoustic panels, and I've got 3 different types. The ones in the corners are called bass traps. Now, they're a little bit thicker, and they're cut in a way, I can't tell you why, I just know from reading the materials, that they're cut in a design that happens to pick up more bass frequencies, absorb more bass frequencies. These ones on the lower parts of the wall cut out more mids, and these ones on the upper parts of the wall cut out more tops, and it's just because of the way they're cut. Once again, I don't know exactly why they've been cut on the certain angles that they have been and the certain depths that they are, thicknesses that they are, etc. I know that they work the way that they're supposed to, and that's fine with me.